How to love and guide your child to grow up positively. Hey everyone, being a parent is such an emotional journey, isn't it? I truly believe our kids will learn to behave so much better when we guide them with positivity and consistency. Instead of just pointing out their mistakes, why don't we celebrate the times they do things right? Today, I want to share with you some simple yet effective ways to nurture positive behavior in our kids. I picked these up from a top parenting expert, and I'm so excited to share them with you in my own heartfelt words. Let's dive in together. First, let me highlight a few key ideas that really hit home for me. Our kids see us as their role models, so our actions shape them more than we might think. Be open about how their behavior affects us. It helps them connect. And don't forget to praise them when they're good. If we only notice them when they mess up, they might start seeking negative attention instead. Keeping our promises builds their trust and respect. Oh, and one more thing. Be careful with teasing. It can hurt them more than we realize. Humor is great, but only if it makes everyone laugh together. Kids copy what you do. Guys, have you ever noticed how much your kids mirror you? They watch us to figure out how to act in this big world. We're their biggest role models, so what we do often matters more than what we say. For example, if I want my kid to say, "Please," I've got to say it first. If I don't want them yelling, I need to speak softly and calmly myself. Once, I snapped at my kid, and then I caught them using the exact same tone with their sibling. It hit me, wow. They're really learning from me. So I remind myself every day, if I want them to be good, I've got to lead by example. Share how you feel. Hey, have you ever tried telling your kids straight up how their actions make you feel? I've found it works wonders. It's like holding up a mirror so they can see their own emotions through you. Experts call this empathy, and by age 3, kids can start to get it. One day, the house was so noisy. I told my kid, "Mom's upset because all this noise means I can't hear my phone call." Starting with, "I feel," made them pause, look at me, and calm down. I think it helps them understand me better. And it brings us closer. 2. Praise when they're good. Listen to this. Guys, one time, I saw my kid playing so nicely, keeping all their toys neatly on the table. I said, "Wow, you're playing so well. I love how you've kept everything on the table." Their eyes lit up, like my approval was the coolest thing ever. I realized praising them when they're good works way better than waiting for the toys to hit the floor and yelling. Stop it. They call this unlimited praise. Experts say for every negative comment, we should give 5 positive ones to keep things balanced. Because if we ignore them when they're good, they'll act out just to get our attention. Get down to their level. Here's a small trick that's made a big difference for me. When I talk to my kid, I kneel or squat down to their level. Try it. It feels so much closer. And you can really sense what they're thinking or feeling. I remember once when my kid was upset, I sat down next to them, looked them in the eye, and gently asked what was wrong. Suddenly, they opened up and spilled everything. Being close like that helps them focus on what I'm saying. And I don't even have to say, "Look at me." It's made our connection so much deeper. Really listen to them. Guys, kids get frustrated sometimes, especially when they can't express themselves well. I've learned this thing called active listening, repeating back what I think they're feeling. Like when my kid was crying over a toy they couldn't reach. I said, "I see you're sad because you can't get the car, right?" Just that one line calmed them down. Like they felt understood. It's amazing how it eases their tension and makes them feel respected. Sometimes, it even stops a tantrum before it starts. Keep your promises. I really believe keeping your word builds trust with your kids. Once, I promised, "Pick up your toys, and we'll go for a walk." They did it, and I grabbed my shoes right away. Their smile was huge, like, "Mom really meant it." On the flip side, If I say, keep running around, and we're leaving the library, and they don't stop, I quietly take them to the car. No fuss, just follow through. It's taught them my words aren't empty. And I think it makes them feel secure in a predictable world. Cut down temptations. You've got to admit, kids are so curious. My glasses or phone are like magnets to them. I figured out it's easier to put those things out of reach than to keep saying, no, all day. It saves me the hassle and keeps those innocent, costly explorations at bay. Less stress for both of us. What's not to love? Pick your battles. Hey, real talk. Do we sometimes jump in too much with our kids? I used to, but now I ask myself, is this worth saying something about? If it's not a big deal, I let it slide. Like if they're messing around a little but it's harmless, I don't sweat it. Rules matter, but save them for what really counts. Fewer fights, fewer bad vibes. Everyone's happier. Stand firm on whining. Kids whining, it's normal, right? But here's the thing, if we give in, they'll do it more. I used to cave after saying, no, and guess what? Next time, they whined even longer, hoping I'd crack again. Now, I'm firm. No means no. Say it once, mean it, and they learn I'm not playing. It's tough, but it works. Keep it simple and positive. I've found with kids, simple is best. Instead of, don't leave the gate open, I say, close the gate, okay? It's positive, and they get what I want right away. When I keep it clear and cheerful, they're more eager to follow through. Give it a shot, it's a game changer. Teach responsibility with consequences. As my kid gets older, I've started letting them own their actions more. Once, they forgot their lunchbox, and I didn't run it to school. They were hungry that day, but they never forgot again. I think sometimes we love them so much we do too much for them, and they miss out on learning. Natural consequences teach them best. Just make sure you explain it first and they're on board. Say it once, then act. You'd be surprised how much kids hear us, even if they don't show it. Nagging just wears me out and doesn't work. Now, I say it once, and if they don't listen, I warn them of the consequence and count. 1, 2, 3. At 3, I act. No yelling. They know I'm serious, and I save my energy. Make them feel important. I love giving my kid little jobs around the house, like wiping the table or stacking toys. When they finish, their pride is priceless. I cheer them on, and they try even harder next time. It boosts their confidence, makes them feel like a big part of the family, and helps me out, too. So sweet, right? Prep for tough moments. Some days, juggling parenting and my to-do list gets tricky. I've learned to think ahead about tough spots and plan around my kids' needs. Like, I'll say, 5 minutes until we go. Mom needs to finish this first. They know why I need their help, and it smooths things out. Planning ahead keeps us both on track. Keep the laughter alive. Last but not least, humor is a lifesaver. One day, I pretended to be a tickle monster, and we all cracked up. But I steer clear of teasing that stings. Kids take it harder than we think. Humor's the best when it's fun for everyone. Agreed? Closing. Friends, parenting's an art, but I believe with patience and love, our kids will grow up so positively. I hope these tips bring you some ease and joy on this wild ride. Let's keep at it together.